Hi everyone, this is Master Matt, and today we're going to be breaking down our own form, Joong Do Shin. We've already done a video on Joong Do In, and basically what we're doing is walking through the form step by step, so we can explain each of the motions and techniques and the reasons why we do them and what they would be used against. As I always say, it's about the why behind the technique and not just the what. The what is the technique. So we're going to start with the beginning, and I'm going to walk you through each step, and I'll try to give you the best angle with the camera for each motion that we do. So let's get started. So this form starts out very similar to Joong Do In from our chariot. We're going to start with our hapkido breathing motion. So our 준비 begins, fingers touching. As we inhale towards our eyes, and once we get there, we shoot our palms up, exhale. As we come down, this is where things change. I'm going to bring my hands to my sides. I'm going to slowly raise up to my ribs, and I'm going to lift onto my toes. And I'm going to step into a left leg front stance as if I have an attack coming head on to me. I'm going to take my hands and do a double cross hand, knife hand block in front, blocking my face, and kya. And then I'm going to slide back, and then I'm going to block down past my legs, and then I'm going to charge power here, lift my right leg, and stomp the ground, and then I'm going to block with closed fists up to the head, and then we finish our breathing from here, just like Joong Do In. So that is our chumbi motion to our chumbi stance. So we begin the form. We're going to look left, and I'm going to fold my arms to my ribs, slide in, and I'm going to step into a left leg back stance. So I'm leaving my weight on the back leg. I have an attack coming towards me as a punch to the middle of my body. So I'm going to do a cross hand block with my fists to the middle, and I'm going to make sure my right hand's on top. So if we imagine the fist is caught in between our hands, we're going to twist the motion here to where I can get my left hand on top of the fist. That way I can pull the attacker to my hip and get rid of him. So here, twisting the fists, pulling, and then I have a knife hand to the next attacker, to the neck. And then what I'm going to do is open my back stance to a front stance by sliding my left leg open just a bit, twisting my hips. I have another attack coming towards me. So I'm going to take my hand open, lifting it here, palm heel block straight down. So from this knife hand, I'm opening and then blocking down and then finishing with a spear hand strike. So the middles of my fingers, the tips of my fingers towards the throat. Okay? Next attack I have coming to the top of my head. So I'm going to block up, wrap around, grab the attack here with the left hand, right hand, knife hand strike to the neck, and then finish with a punch. Okay? Next, I have another attack coming towards me low. So I'm going to step forward with my right leg into a short stance or a walking stance. So my leg is just in front of me, and I'm doing a palm heel block to the center of my body. So as if somebody's trying to do a kick or striking upwards towards my groin, I'm blocking across with my right hand low palm heel block. And then I'm going to go to the next motion, lifting my arm. There's an attack coming to the top. So I'm blocking that attack across as I turn my body. And then I'm going to finish coming in the same direction as I turn. My left hand's blocking, grabbing the attack, 2 punches. Okay, so we want to make sure our hip is part of that attack. So our initial block comes across here. And then we take the next block with the left hand, grab, twist the hips at the very end into our 2 punches. So our next side, we're going to look towards the right, come back to the front, looking right. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing on the opposite side. So I'm stepping with the right leg into a right back stance, leaving most of the weight on my left hand, cross hand middle block. And then the punch is in between my fists here, so I'm going to wrap around, grab the top of the fist with the right hand, pull the attacker past me to the hip, knife hand to the next one, and then I'm going to open my right leg into a right front stance, and then I'm doing my palm heel block down to the next attack coming towards me. Okay, so you imagine that punch is below the attack, so I have an open lane to do my spear hand to the throat. Then I'm doing a high block to protect my head, and then I'm grabbing that attack with my right hand so I can do a left hand knife hand strike and then right hand punch. And then I'm going to step into that left short stance with the left palm heel block, blocking the lower middle part of my body. And then I have the other attack coming to the front. So I'm blocking across here as I begin turning with my body. And then I'm turning in this direction, grabbing the attack, twisting my hips into my 2 punches, finishing on this side. And then I'm going to go towards the front. So I'm bringing in my right leg back in the front. Now I imagine as if somebody is grabbing my shoulders or wrapping their hands around my throat. So I'm going to bring both of my fists in to make sure that they're between the attacker's arms. And then about eye level, I'm going to step out into a left horse stance. And I'm going to thrust both arms up into a double high block. So I want to make sure that this high block happens at the same time as I step out. One, I'm stepping to drop out of whatever grab I'm in, but also I'm thrusting my leg power with my arm power at the same time to make maximum efficiency in my technique. So I'm lifting and blocking at the same time. So when I block here, I've got the attacker's arms above mine. So I have an open knife hand strike, double knife hand strike to the ribs, and then I'm going to fold my arms across my shoulders like this, and then I'm striking knife hands behind me. So 2 attackers behind, striking here, and then I'm coming back to the front. I'm going to slide my left leg in, and I'm going to be grabbing the attacker's clothing in front of me. So I'm sliding in, grabbing in front, and as I get to the center, I'm going to bend my knees as I pull, and then I'm going to punch the attacker. So it's kind of a swift motion. I'm sliding in, and then I'm punching at the same time. Okay, the next technique, I'm folding my left hand on top, stepping with the left leg into a right leg back stance. Okay, I'm going to be doing my double middle knife hand block, one hand blocking in front of me, and then one hand blocking across the stomach at the same time. And then my following technique is going to be a tornado kick. So what I'm doing is I'm stepping with the right leg, twisting my foot, and I'm on the ball of my foot so that I can easily twist my left leg across, and when I get back to the front, I'm going to jump and then finish with that roundhouse kick. So it's a complete motion. That was slow-mo. This is going to be the whole thing. I'm stepping, and I'm kicking across, landing in front with the right leg, and then I'm going to finish my turn with the left leg, and I'm going to land in a left front stance, and I'm going to be doing a high block to block an attack to the top of my head, and a throat strike. So if somebody's doing some kind of hammer fist or they have a weapon coming towards the head, I'm blocking that arm and hitting their throat at the same time. And then I'm doing a right front kick, holding my leg up so that I can jump forward into a right cross stance, back fist to the side of the head, and kia. Okay, so again, that motion is a kick, hold, lunging forward into that back fist. And then I'm going to look back, folding my right hand over, stepping left leg. And this is the same motion as Joong Do Shin, so I'm going to take my right leg, jump back, land back with the left leg into a left leg back stance. And I'm going to do my double middle knife hand block once again towards the front. So again, like Joong Do Shin, I'm going to be doing that half kneeling punch because I don't want to punch across my body like this. I want to put my hips into it. So I'm going to twist my hips, half kneel on that left knee, blocking across the side of my head with my right hand, and then punching to the solar plexus with my left hand. So I'm dropping into that punch. Next, I'm going to come up into my feet together stance, and I'm going to fold across my body like this. So my right hand is just on my ribs as normal, and then my left hand is going to be a fist above my right fist and a fist out from my right fist. So low across my body, I don't want my elbow up and I don't want my elbow down. I don't want it in too much. And then I'm going to step into a left leg back stance, leaning back on the right leg, and I'm going to do what's called sometimes a square block, but it's a double block. I'm doing a right hand high block over my head, and then a left hand middle block in front of my body. So at the same time as I drop, double block, and then I'm going to be doing a knife hand strike with the right hand to the neck as I pull my left hand to block across the side of my face here. So I don't want it to be touching, but I want it hovering next to my ear. So from this one block, then next knife hand strike, then I'm pulling another knife hand strike with the left hand. So it's 3 motion technique, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm stepping in with the right leg, pulling the knife hand across as I lift my left leg to chamber. I'm doing a left side kick and a knife hand strike out. As I land back on my left leg in a right front stance facing the right side. As I'm blocking over my head with both hands, and then I'm wrapping, grabbing with the right hand, left hand knife hand strike, and then a right hand punch. Okay, and then I'm going to follow up to the right side with the same techniques. So I'm going to slide in with my left leg facing forward. I'm folding across my body, left hand on my ribs. My right hand is one fist above my left and one fist out. Make sure that it's flat, not up or down. And then I'm stepping with the right leg back stance, doing a double block, left hand high block, right hand middle block. Then I'm going to do a left hand knife hand. Right hand's going to block across my face, follow with a right hand knife hand. So again, those three techniques in motion: double block, knife hand, knife hand. And then I'm going to step forward with the left leg, pulling my right hand in as I lift my right leg chambered, right leg side kick, and knife hand same time, landing back with my right leg, blocking up, grabbing with the left hand, and then right hand knife hand strike to the neck, left hand punch to the solar plexus. Next technique, I'm going to be stepping forward, getting into a fold as I have an attack coming from the front, stepping back into a left leg back stance, double middle knife hand block to the front. So it's a two-step motion. So as I'm here, I'm 1, 2. And then what I'm doing is I've blocked the punch with my right hand. So I'm going to grab that punch, and I'm going to open up because I want to follow the punch. But we don't want to punch from this back stance because we can't even reach the target or have power from back here. So I'm grabbing that punch, opening my right leg into a front stance, twisting my hips into that punch. So you want to make sure that that step and the punch are synchronized to maximize the power in your technique. So punching here. Now, next I'm going to be blocking a technique in front of me. So I'm blocking with the right hand over, say, a punch coming towards the middle of my body. And then what I'm doing is I'm folding over my hand here as I'm coming around. So I've blocked the punch, and I'm going to have an attack coming from the back. So I'm following this with my eyes. And I'm stepping with my left leg around here. What I'm doing is I'm reaching behind the attacker's neck with my forearm here. And I'm pulling into my palm to strike to the face. So I'm simulating that. I'm just hitting my forearm because that's where the head would be between. So I'm coming around. Make sure that that's a big circle with the right hand, striking to the face. And then I'm lifting. I'm blocking up to my face. And then I'm grabbing with the left hand, knife hand strike to the neck, left hand punch. And then finally in this direction, another attack to the top of my head. So I'm blocking up as I jump into the attack here, pulling to my hips, and then I'm finishing with a double palm heel strike to the chest with kia. So that last motion from here, I'm knife hand, punch, I'm blocking, jumping forward into cross stance. Make sure that we come around to the hips and forward. We don't want to slide our hands up like this. We want to make sure our elbows are bent so that we can do proper straight technique here. Next technique, I'm going to be turning my body forward, and then I'm going to be doing palm heel with the right hand with my palm up, and then a high block with my left. As I lift to about eye level, then I'm going to look to my left, and I'm going to prepare to do a knife hand strike. So I'm aiming with the left hand, and my right hand is chambering to do a knife hand strike downwards. So I'm lifting, looking, and I step forward into a left front stance, strike down on the top of a neck with a knife hand strike, and then I'm going to pull my stance immediately from this front to the backwards motion, the backwards direction, and I'm going to do a left hand palm heel, right hand high block as I lift. There's a lot of hand and foot techniques in this portion of the form. So as I'm palm heel striking, I'm lifting and grabbing, and then I'm doing another palm heel strike low with the right hand. My left hand's blocking the side of my head, and then I'm pulling here into a knife hand across the neck. So as I come into my knife hand down, I shift back, grab, shift back to the front, and keep my stance here, knife hand strike. Okay, next technique, I'm going to step into a tiger stance, and I'm going to do a high block, strike coming to the top of my head. So I'm blocking here, and I'm punching as my counter. And then I'm continuing that motion, driving forward as I lunge, and then I'm motioning into this circular motion. So again, I'm stepping, punching, and then I'm getting rid of this attack, sliding in front, grabbing the next attacker, and then knife hand strike in my cross stance. Okay? Next, I'm blocking across the back in this direction, and then I'm grabbing here, stepping into a left front stance, 2 punches. So that motion comes 1, 2, and then blocking 1, 2. Okay, we're going to repeat the same on the opposite side. So I'm sliding in, my left hand's going to chamber and do a low palm heel. My right hand's going to high block as I lift towards my eyes. And then I look to the right, chamber my left hand, aim with the right hand, and then I drop into that front stance, strike to the top of the neck with my left hand, knife hand strike, drop back into the backward stance, high block with the left hand, and low palm heel with the right to the groin area, lifting, grabbing. Same thing with my left hand. I'm going to shift forward into the front stance again, palm heel with the left hand, and then I have this right hand protecting the side of my head, grabbing, pull into a knife hand. And then again, I'm stepping now with the left leg into a tiger stance, blocking high block above my head, and striking. So I'm countering the strike, boom, with my punch, and then I'm sliding past, moving this attack past me in a circle, grabbing with the right hand, pulling into my knife hand. So you want that to be a very fluid motion. So when I come from this technique, I'm sliding in, grabbing, and then striking. Now I'm blocking across here, and then I come around with the right hand, grab, 2 punches. Okay? Make sure that hip twist into those punches. Now my finishing techniques, I'm going to be stepping across with my right leg across the body as I have an attack coming from the front side, and I'm blocking across and then stepping back with the right leg. As I turn, I have another attack coming in this direction. So I'm coming this way, twisting my hips, and I'm blocking here as I step back. Okay, so one more time, that motion is I have an attack from this front, blocking here, stepping, turning, shifting my arms around, and then I have this other attack coming straight on, blocking here, and then I'm going to drop into a double block, a front stance, and then high block and low block. High block right hand, low block with the left hand. So it's a kind of a quick circular motion when we're doing that. So I'm coming 1, 2. Now from here, I'm going to shift my stance to the opposite way, and I'm going to take this high block and turn it into a knife hand to the neck, and I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to high block in its place. I have another attack here. I'm blocking that attack, countering with the knife hand. Now to finish, I'm going to be folding my arms across my body with the right hand on top. I'm lifting my right leg and I'm jumping in a circle. So again, from this stance, I'm planting my left leg, throwing my right leg across my body as I fold. And I want to land in a back stance with my right leg in front. So I want to be leaning back, and I drop immediately into my finishing technique, which is a double middle knife hand block, and kia. So again, that last motion from this high block and knife hand strike is I'm going to be jumping, folding, and we finish the form here by stepping back, feet together. From our attention, we're slowly lifting in our breathing motion like Joong Do Shin as we inhale. And once we get to the eyes, we shoot up and exhale down to the sides and our hands back in front. And we open to our Chumbi stance and we finish here. So I hope this breakdown of Joong Do Shin helps you understand the form a little bit better. This form is definitely a lot more advanced and more complex than Joong Do Shin. There are a lot of hand and foot motions and a lot more hapkido circular motions in this form to follow, and they can be confusing if you don't understand what they're used for or what they would be applied to. But I hope this video can help you be more intentional and more aware of what you're doing as you do the form in order to help you perform it better and with more confidence. If you understand the why behind your technique, then you immediately have more direction and more purpose as you train it. So you're going to train a lot more efficiently as you walk through the form. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you have any questions or anything I can help you with, you can always let me know. Thank you for watching and keep training.